Do you want to advertise your product and services? Count on us. We will do it much more than your expectations. African Broadcasting Network, ABN, will deliver quick and prompt services. Our quality and clarity stands us out when it comes to delivering quality broadcasting. Our staffs are hardworking and versatile in the specific field of office. Our environment is so conducive and we are open to all. We also give advice on how to run your business profitably. African Broadcasting Network is situated at
10039 Bisonet Street, Suite 338, Houston, Texas 77036. Telephone 346-426-5650 or 832-490-8203.
Website www.abntvnetwork.com. ABN, celebrating Africans' rich cultural heritage.
Well, life to you may be different from life to me. The way I see life most of the time is different from the way you see life. Sometimes life is good. Other times, well, maybe not so good. And this is why many times we need someone to talk to, someone to listen to us without judging us. And this is a program that is designed exactly for that purpose, where we can talk, chat, laugh, and sometimes cry together. Come on. Let's talk over our matters. Let's discuss the matters of life and find solutions together. This is ESHMAN. Our program is now going to be on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. I need you to join in. We need to talk together. You will have the opportunity to call in, ask questions, discuss matters that concern your heart, and I guarantee you'll be glad that you talked. I'll be waiting on you Tuesday and on Wednesday and on Thursday. ESHMAN will be waiting for you.
Hey guys, my name is Shina Ayo Oyinlola, and I'm trying to let you know that ABN TV do live stream events. Do you have any event coming up? Do you want somebody to do that for you? Live stream your event either to your own portal or to ABN TV Direct. Call on us now. 346-426-5650. 346-426-5650. We'll be glad to help you out. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody, and so good to know that you're there. You're most welcome again to Sharing Life Matters with ESHMAN. How did your day go? Well, I believe fine. My day went well. It's always good to know that there are matters that we can always talk about. And the truth of the matter is there's so many things that you know and somebody else would want to know. The more you share them, the better families feel. There's so many people that are looking for the solutions that you have. All you need to do is just call in once in a while and let's talk about these things. Sometimes when you call in, you never can tell whose life you're saving. There may be people in crisis and all they want to hear from you is just that one word. Please do call in once in a while and let's share our matters together. Once again, you're most welcome to Sharing Life Matters with ESHMAN, proudly sponsored by BSA Procurement and Logistics. Before we go into the program, Judging from last night, I received quite a lot of calls based on what we discussed. And I'm so glad to those of you that called in, those of you that shared, those of you that sent text and all that. So nice to have you. Thank you very much. Tonight, we're going to continue with that same topic, but from another dimension, from another aspect entirely. And tonight's topic may divide us in a way, as some may think it through this way and others may think it that way. Whichever way you think it, I want you to know that your contributions matter a lot. And again, you never can tell whose life you will be saving. Personally, I believe that domestic violence should be a thing of the past in our society, even though we cannot eradicate domestic violence totally, but we should reduce it as much as possible. And this is why I do what I do. The more you and I talk about these things, the more it is reduced. Usually, the news we hear is always at the end. The breaking news is that someone has killed his wife or she stabbed her husband and things like that. But there are some things that happen before that eventual story. Those things that happen before the eventual stories are the things I like to talk about, so that we can address them. We can find a way to correct some of these things. Now, finally, do you have any story you want to tell? Do you have an idea what you want us to bring on air? Sometimes you may want to be anonymous. We will proudly showcase you. Please do let me know. I will give you some ways you can drop your stories tonight so that we can discuss them and help you out of the issues that you're going through. Don't forget, this program is proudly sponsored by BSA Procurement and Logistics. All your shipping issues, please leave it to them. They'll be willing to handle it. They do not delay. They deliver on time, record time, good time, all the time. BSA Procurement and Logistics. That's just the right place to be. Right. Welcome one more time. Our topic that we have been discussing since last night is love worth dying for. Is love worth dying for? Remember, last night we discussed of the woman that saw her husband with a side chick, and she decided to chase his vehicles with another car. Unfortunately, she had an accident and she died in the process. Now, one shocking thing was that the man still dropped off the side chick and came back to the scene of the accident. We discussed that pretty much yesterday. But we want to look at the issue of is love worth dying for from another dimension tonight. And I want every one of us to really ponder on the things I want to talk about. Now, this is a family show, so quickly call someone, sit with someone, you can have your popcorn, and let's enjoy the show together. Very soon, I will be opening up the phone lines. When the lines are opened, please do call in. Let's hear you. You could have questions, you could have comments. Hey, you could even disagree with me. It's fine. Nobody knows it all. We're here to share knowledge with one another. Is love dying for? All my life, I've always wondered this. And I want to pause wondering it tonight because I want to give room to objectivity. All my life, I've always wondered why some women get beaten in their relationships and they still remain in that relationship. I've always wondered why you can't just walk away from a relationship that is maltreating you, a relationship that apparently has no love from one side, a relationship that beats you up. I've always been wondering why people won't just walk away. For me, I would have said, well, I'm sorry to use the word stupidity. Of course, people are not stupid. People have their reasons for doing what they do. I personally would have said, if a man hits you just one time, pack your stuff and go away. But wait, let's pause. The people that are waiting, the people that get hit by their men or by their partners, and they're still waiting in that relationship, have a reason for waiting. It may be difficult to know why, but the why is what I want us to discuss tonight. I personally know some people that have advised that, look, don't stay another day in the house. I guess what? They keep going back to that same house where someone had beaten them. Is this love? Is this something beyond what I can think of? Because if someone has punched you one time, punched you 2 times, and you're still there, you're still going back there to do what exactly is what I do not understand. And so I do not want it to be based on what I think alone. All along I've always said, look, he's beating you, take your stuff and go. Oh, she's maltreating you, find a way, but then there are good people that would want to stay. They would want to stay for what they believe in. The true love still exists. But here is a question tonight. When a lady is being punched, when a lady is being beaten, when a lady is being maltreated, should she still stay in that kind of environment? Or if she's staying, why is she staying? Now, people will have different ideas, different opinions. I got my opinions, but it's not all about me tonight. It's all about you, my viewers. I am just an individual, and you are just millions of people. And so it's always interesting to hear what you think. Hey, if you looked at it, it's easy to say from the lips that, oh, they slapped her, then she should go. Oh, he broke bottles on her, then she should find a way. It's easy to say that, but then there must be reasons why people stay after going through all manner of torture. I have someone that recently had gone to the police, and the police told the husband that you must pack away and leave the wife in the house. Barely a week after, this happened after the husband beat her so seriously. Now, barely a week after the police gave the man the time to leave the house, she by herself went to the police station to say, look, I'm taking this case off. Don't worry, we've settled it. And guess what? She's still living in the house. I mean, she was beaten bad. Now, why is she back at the house? Is this love? Is this something that you and I do not understand? Is love truly worth dying for? What happened in the case of Romeo and Juliet? Those things, can we still have them in our own time, where a lover wouldn't mind to die in the name of love? Now, we said pretty much yesterday that there are ways of dying for love. There are good ways. Maybe you see your partner drowning and you jump to the ocean to drag her out. In the process, you drowned. Well, that may be a good way to die for love. But that's not what we're talking about tonight. We're talking about, in the name of love, you're living with your partner or you're with your partner, and there is physical abuse. Not only physical abuse, there are other things that can be said even on air happening. Yet she's staying, yet he's staying. What is the solution? What have they found that others have not found? Could it be? I do not believe it's just all about being foolish or all about being stupid. I do not believe it's not because there are no other people on outside that she can go to or run to. There must be something that there must be something that is helping them to stay together despite the physical abuse. By the way, before we go into the phone and before we go on break, may I establish it? May I expressly say it? I do not support physical violence. I do not support domestic abuse. I know these things happen, and my aim is to make sure it is reduced as drastically as possible. Now, that being said, for you, what do you think? Why are people staying in the same relationship that is obviously a threat to their lives? Why are they spending another night? I have a lot of examples to give you. I know of one. Now, this is not just all about the man physically abusing the woman alone. It could be the reverse. So in some cases, the women too could physically abuse their partners. Yes, I know of a lady. Not only was she physically abused by her partner. Her dress was torn, and she was put in the shame of nakedness and pushed out of the house. When she told me rather, I was so surprised. Surprised not because she was pushed out nakedly, not because she was beaten. Surprised because she went back to the same house, to the same hands that did all that to her. You probably have deeper stories to tell me, and so I would allow the phone lines to open up quickly tonight, because I want us to share these stories together. I do not know what we can lay this on. Is it love? Is it deeper than love? Is it something that you and I do not know? Why do people stay back in the same place that is threatening their lives? Why can't they walk away? Why can't they say no? On the rivers, we've heard cases of women not only physically abusing their husbands, we've had cases of women taking all the money. I know of one when I was young. We had gone to see a friend, more like someone that we were looking up to. We were teenagers, and we had gone to his house. And I noticed that virtually everything in his house was broken. Everything was broken. The frames, the dishes, the tables, the TV. And he left all those things. We were teenagers, so we were forced to ask, why? How come everything in your house is broken? I mean, we were bold to ask. And he told us a story that he had a problem with his wife, and the woman looked for a club, and she broke virtually everything in the house. Everything you can imagine. She broke it before she exited. Now, what will happen if you were that type of a man? What will you do? Will you think that this woman is mad? I can't have her. But guess what? Years after, sometime after, when we visited the house again, we found out that they were back together. How? Look, this is shocking to me. There's some things I personally can take, but like I said, hey, who am I? You know more than I do. We're going to go on a short break very soon. When we come back, we will open the phone lines. And when we open the phone lines, let me hear your stories. Let me hear your ideas. Let's chew it together. There's so many stories that I know. One for one, we wouldn't leave here if I wanted to go through every one of them. But I would rather sit back, listen to you tonight, so that we can talk about it together. Now, don't forget, this program is proudly sponsored by BSA Procurement and Logistics. They will simply handle all your shipping matters. They do not delay. They are on record all the time. Record time, swift time. You need to try so that you will know how beautifully they deliver. We'll go on a very short break very soon, and when we come back, we will set the ball rolling. Get ready to talk. Pick your phone. Get ready to discuss. Tonight, it's all about you. This is Sharing Life Matters with ESHMAN. You're most welcome.
BSA Procurement and Logistics Services. Ship to USA from Nigeria, or ship from Nigeria to USA, and also to Canada. Individual, small business, corporate establishments, and African stores and restaurants. Ship anything at all. USA Office, 12455 Westpac Drive, Suite H15, Houston, Texas, 77082. Telephone 832-614-8984 or 281-741-4829. Email info@bsaprologservice.com or www.bsaprologservice.com. BSA Procurement and Logistics Services. You are the reason we exist. Daniel's Fashion LLC. When it comes to fashion, we offer custom-made clothing that can make you stand out in the crowd and look in your absolute best. Tell us your preferences and desires. I will take care of the rest. Got an upcoming event or occasion? You can book an appointment with us today so we can get started. Daniel's Fashion LLC. Custom-made and alterations, formal and informal, children's wear, wedding gowns, prom dresses, curtains, and tuxedo. 346-207-7030 or 832-266-3239. Come one, come all. Hurry now at Daniel's Fashion LLC, 6107 Wickrest Drive by Alwyn, Houston, Texas 77072. Email us at support@danielsfashionllc.com or www.danielsfashionllc.com. Daniel's Fashion LLC, crafts and fabric store that stand out of others. Tailoring just for you. Being a number one in authentic African cuisine has made us not to stop dishing out the best to our customers. Check out some of our delicacies in African food today. We also cater for both indoor and outdoor parties. Finger Licking Restaurant 2.0. Check our all-day coffee tea spots app. Open on Sunday 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday to Thursday 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Friday and Saturdays 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. We deliver with Uber Eats, DoorDash, and Drop Off. Finger Licking 2.0, 98178 Business Street, Houston, Texas 77036. Telephone 713-270-7070. Come for an authentic African cuisine.
Welcome back to Sharing Life Matters with ESHMAN. Always good to know that you're there. Now, don't forget, this program is proudly sponsored by BSA Procurement and Logistics. They deliver in good time, the right time, all the time. I will be opening up the phone lines immediately. And so let's bring in your comments, contributions, and everything that you have to say. 346-426-5650. 346-426-5650 or 336-456-3800. If you're calling from out of United States, remember to put +1. We're discussing, is love worth dying for? And tonight we're looking at it from the approach of the fact that the people that get beaten up, the people that we have a call already, so let's quickly just pick that. Sharing Life Matters with ESHMAN. Good evening.
Good evening, ESHMAN. How are you?
Very well. Who am I speaking with and where are you coming from, sir? Calling from?
Well, again, I think the first day you was on the program, the one that talked to you.
Oh, I remember you.
Just call me Prince.
Okay, Prince.
I'm a real life Prince. Okay.
All right, Prince.
My parents.
Prince, you're welcome.
Yeah. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you, sir.
I listened to your stuff today. You got some good stuff going on. But
thank you, sir.
Say something to begin with. As far as the being in a relationship with where you've been abused and stuff, like you said, also to your point, it go both ways. Women abuse men, men abuse women.
Yes.
The serious point here is if you love somebody, you don't care, man or woman, you don't raise your hand to hit anybody. Number one.
I agree with you 100%.
There's no love in there. You know, if I'm a man and my woman is abusing me, I will walk. If a man is abusing a woman, it should be the same thing. It doesn't matter who is what. I mean, they have this money, they have this property. It doesn't. A lot of people stay in a relationship because of that simple reason, just because they think that if I stay with this person, I can live a simple life. I can have some.
They are thinking of the financial gain.
Yeah. For the most part, why would you? Okay, even if you own a dog, I guarantee you beat on that dog every day. One day the dog will bark at you.
That's true.
And after that, if you keep beating on the dog, guess what? The dog will bite you. And those are animals, okay? That's not human beings. So for human beings, you cannot just tell somebody you love them, you care about them, then you beating on them. It doesn't matter, man or woman, whichever way you go. So that's number one. Number two, there's another point you make as far as I think I forgot that. It's got to do with in the relationship, okay?
Yes.
A man.
Yes.
It's supposed to be that's touching back on what we talked about last time.
The last time you called, yes.
Yeah. A man can be a man and take care of his business, and vice versa. You know,
yes.
there's no limit to who takes care of who, as long as there's love in there. You know,
but Prince, I love what you've said. I fully agree with you. There should be no reason why anybody should lay hands on anybody. I mean, I'm sold out totally on that. But there are some people, after they've been beaten once, twice, 3 times, they keep going back in the name of love.
That's what I said earlier.
Can you say there's no love?
I don't believe that. I don't believe there's any love in anyone who is beating on anyone.
But the lady is saying, I love him. If he's going to kill me, let him kill me. I love him.
That's some primitive West Eastern world thinking and behavior.
I have seen that in the Western movies as well. So it looks like love is a general language.
Look, generally, if anybody love anybody,
yes,
you don't put your hands on it.
I agree with you.
Man or a woman, whoever is thinking that way, they need to probably go see a psychiatrist.
Wow.
Because, you know, as far as I'm concerned, you are sick in the head. If you are human, like I just make mention of an animal.
Yes,
yes. It all the time. It start to growl at you. It's a graduation stuff.
That's true.
It'll growl at you. Next time you keep biting on it, it's going to bark. Next time you bite on it, it's going to bite. It's a graduation of stuff, and that's the same thing with life. That's the same thing with human beings.
Before I let you go, sir, what will you advise a lady that is being abused every now and then in the relationship? What's your advice for her? Sincerely from you, Prince, sir.
Sincerely?
Yes, sir.
Fight back and leave him alone. Find another.
You said fight back? How will she fight back?
You have to fight back whichever way you have to. You have to protect yourself, number one. It doesn't matter if you're a little lady or a big lady, it doesn't make any difference.
Wow.
But for the most part, to be peaceful, if somebody say they love you and they keep beating on you, just pack your stuff and walk.
There's no love.
I guarantee you will find somebody much nicer, much better, much more loving in your life than that, because God doesn't do stuff like that. Okay, if you believe in God in any kind of way, you will have to not stay there and keep taking the abuse. It could be a woman, it could be a man. It doesn't matter. That's my biggest point.
Wow. Well, thank you so very much, Prince. I mean, I've learned a good lesson from you tonight. If there's anything I'm holding on to, someone that loves you can't hit on you, whatever reason. I believe that too. But hey, it's not about my opinions tonight. Thank you very much, Prince. I do hope that you call back to our shows again and again. Thank you very much, sir.
I will. I like your program. I'll call back.
I appreciate you. Have a good night, sir.
You too. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Now, the phone line is still open to everybody. Please do call in. Prince said he doesn't believe that is love. He doesn't believe that a lady that has someone beating her that keeps going back to that house, and she claims that, oh, but I love him. He said, no, that's not love. Of course, if there's anything I agree with Prince on, and I would say this anywhere, all right, without no apologies, you cannot hit on someone that you claim you love. When you begin to hit on her, truly the love is not there. And I believe that it's not even good, just like Prince said, to hit on animals. You can't use stuff on them. You can't hit them because you have this empathy for them, not to talk about the human beings. But then, those that are involved, they know why they are there. I wish I could hear more, particularly from the ladies tonight. Everybody, feel free to call. Why do some people stay in the same abusive relationship? Why are they there? Why do they remain there? Why can't they just take a walk and move away? Can they not find love somewhere else? Is that love truly the only love that is in existence? I mean, some of them have been beaten blue, black, but they keep going back there. Why? Is it just this love or something else? Sometimes, like Prince said, it could be. We have another caller. Please, I'll get back to my point. Shine Life Matters with ESHMAN. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, ma. Who am I speaking with and where are you calling from, ma?
Felicia is calling from you.
Oh, Madam Felicia. Madam Felicia, you're very consistent on my program, and I assure you, you have actually won yourself a gift from this program. I will reach out to you after the program and discuss how you will get your gift, all right? Thank you very much for being such a faithful or loyal viewer of mine. Thank you, ma. So, ma, back to the matter on ground. Have you been following, ma?
Yeah.
So what do you think?
Women being emotionally traumatized or bullied in their home, and they are still there.
Yes.
It's not really love, but endurance. Just like our mothers in their days, that they are married to maybe they are 3, 4, 5 in their husband's home. It's endurance just because of their children. They don't want to be going from one man to another, and you don't know what you are going to meet where you are going.
Okay.
I believe that is why they stay put. Just because of their children. It's not love, but endurance. They are just enduring for their children.
Wow.
They don't want to be having kids, maybe for one man, two,
Yes.
the other going about.
Okay.
Mostly. That is one.
Okay.
The second one is just like you said, for financial gain. Some people, maybe somebody is from a poor home.
Okay.
And you'll be thinking, if I leave this man, how will I cope? How will I live? How will I feed? How will I take care of the kids? Or maybe it is that man that is even taking care of the lady's family.
Okay.
So she will be enduring just because he is the breadwinner, the so-called thing God for the family.
Wow. Wow.
That is one. Another one is the name.
Okay.
Some people want to protect the name of their family.
Okay.
How will they say? What will they say? That she divorced, she left her husband's home. You know, there are many big men, even men of God, that they are bullying their wives and they can't talk.
Wow.
They are protecting the so-called men.
Wow.
Some are there in that relationship, they are being battered, but they can't talk because of the integrity or something. Not to, maybe the person has a big, maybe congregation or something, and they don't want. That's it, and they are enduring because of name or shame.
But ma, while I fully understand you, can we truly continue to endure pain? Is it something that is interesting? I mean, when you keep saying enduring, this woman is going through a lot of physical or emotional abuse. How long should she endure, ma?
Honestly, let me be sincere with you. I am not a party to that. I can't endure beating.
Okay.
I can't.
Okay.
We need to talk it. We need to talk about it. We need to discuss it. We need to seek counselor. We need to seek help.
I fully agree with you.
I believe those are to me, reasons why some endure it. Not love.
Not love.
Per se.
I'm still looking for someone that will say, look, I will stay because of love. Despite the fact that he's beating me, I will stay because of love. Is that possible, ma?
You don't hit yourself. If you love yourself, you don't hit yourself. If you say you love the person, you don't hit him or her. Okay.
I agree with you. Madam Felicia.
I don't think it's love. If you say it's love, I just love. There is a gain. There is something to it.
There's something more to it. Like you said, it could be economical,
deeper, economical shame, the name of the family.
Yes.
Maybe the parents are saying, hey, don't put her name to shame. Don't you know this?
Okay.
You understand?
Family
also,
pressure.
You know our family, and more importantly, maybe they have been friends.
Okay.
The family, they are family friends before they build maybe conglomerate together, businesses together. You know, families that give their children out in marriage in exchange because of business or whatsoever.
Yes.
You know, all
Some
those
other
things.
gains. I understand.
Yeah,
I understand.
Exactly.
On the final notes tonight, ma, before you go, what advice will you give to? Again, please don't get me wrong. Physical abuse can come from both sides. All right. But what advice will you give to a lady that is going through physical torture and she is still in the house? What advice will you give to her?
Seek help.
That's a bit ambiguous.
I'm not an advocate of divorce.
Okay.
But she can separate temporarily so that they can discuss it.
Okay. I like your idea,
No
man.
God take divorce, but at least you can separate for some time.
Okay.
Seek help.
Okay.
Don't stay in a bitter relationship. At the end of the day, the children that you are saying you are enduring for, you might not live to see the kids.
That's so powerful. That's a powerful statement. On that note, Madam Felicia, I really appreciate your call tonight, and everybody's listening to you, and I'm sure you don't know, you must have helped someone tonight. Thank you very much for calling, and I do hope you call again and again to our program. Thank you, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, an extremely good point there. Now, she mentioned on the fact that we do have another caller immediately. So let me quickly pick this, then we can go ahead and talk. Sharing Life Matters with ESHMAN. You're welcome. Who am I speaking with, and where are you calling from?
Good evening, ESHMAN.
Good evening, ma'am.
I'm one of your fans.
Thank you very much.
My name is Bamidele, and I'm calling in from Houston, Texas.
You're welcome.
Yes, sir. I just want to mention something. I've heard the contributions of the people who have called in tonight.
Yes.
And I agree with the one that called now, the other man too. Yes, everybody has been saying it the way it is. But it's most likely not going to be love for anyone to stay in an abusive relationship. It's probably, like she mentioned, a lot of things. But then, I'm particular about the way out.
Okay.
You did ask her what would be a piece of advice for a lady who's, going through that.
Going through that torture.
Yes, she said she can separate from the man and then seek for help. And then when she mentioned that, but she does not advocate for divorce, I just had to call in.
Okay.
Now, you don't advocate for divorce. Nobody actually goes into a marriage just to come out of it.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay.
But it takes a lot. It takes a lot to commit to marriage, and then some have been there for years, and enduring the abuse and all that. So when they get to a point when enough is enough, even if it is divorce, it is better to be alive and be divorced than to die in a marriage. Because of, especially because of you church people, the kind of stigma that they put on people. They don't even know what they're going through. Okay. Nobody knows what happens behind every closed door. There is a story you don't know.
That's true. That's true.
So please, let's call a spade a spade. She can separate. If the situation does not improve, she can divorce.
Wow.
And God will still love her.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you. I just had to say that.
I really, wow. What a good point. Thank you very much, ma. My opinions don't count tonight, really. Thank you very much, the caller. Please do call us again and again. My opinions do not really count. I want to hear from you. The truth is that she's agreed that they can separate. However, she's not an advocate of divorce. That's Miss Felicia. But my last caller said, well, they can separate. If they have to divorce, go ahead, as long as the life is saved. Hey, what do you think, my callers? We will go on a very short break again. When we come back, I'm going to be picking some more calls. I just want to hear from you. We need to find a way out tonight. Thank you. This is Sharing Life Matters with ESHMAN, and I'll see you at the other side of the divide. Well, life to you may be different from life to me. The way I see life most of the time is different from the way you see life. Sometimes life is good. Other times, well, maybe not so good. And this is why many times we need someone to talk to, someone to listen to us without judging us. And this is a program that is designed exactly for that purpose, where we can talk, chat, laugh, and sometimes cry together. Come on, let's talk over our matters. Let's discuss the matters of life and find solutions together. This is ESHMAN. Our program is now going to be on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. I need you to join in. We need to talk together. You will have the opportunity to call in, ask questions, discuss matters that concern your heart, and I guarantee you, you'll be glad that you talked. I'll be waiting on you Tuesday and on Wednesday and on Thursday. ESHMAN will be waiting for you.
When it comes to eating African food like you are in Africa, don't just call for jollof rice. Ask for greens and solid jollof rice, greens and solid fried rice, greens and solid ewa going, greens and solid porridge yam, babambari reni, greens and solid amala on point. Begri atewedu lórí àmàlà tó fẹ́lẹ́ tó ń gbóná fẹ́lẹ́fẹ́lẹ́ with your choice of meat or fish. Roundabout ni abọ́dí ṣàkíní àbẹ́dọ̀, ẹja aláràn lẹ́nfẹ́ ni àbí kúrúkà bó sì jẹ́ tilapia ni, gbogbo ẹ̀ ló wà lọ́dọ̀ tiwa. At greens and solid amala on point, just give us few minutes to prepare what you order and boom, you have it exactly as it is pictured. Grace and solid amala on point. 11134 Highway 6 South, Sugarland, Texas 77498, Suite 216, or Grace and solid amala on point at 12306 Bichno Street, Houston, Texas 77072, inside the Shell gas station. Telephone 832-295-3570 or cell phone 832-692-0465. Greens and Solids on Facebook, Greens and Solids on Instagram, or www.food@greenandsolid.com. Food as it is in Africa. Greens and Solid amala on point. See you there. Welcome to Unique Beauty Palace, where you can find your beauty skincare products: whitening body lotion, whitening oil, glowing oil, serum, scrub, black soap, body wash, whitening and glowing supplement. We also have one-on-one discussion about your skin type. Check us out at Unique Beauty Palace, 12699A, Dissonant Street, Houston, Texas 77099. Open 9:30 a.m. Monday through Saturday. Close on Sundays. Telephone 713-548-7739 or 281-741-7080 or www.uniquebeautypalace.com. Unique Beauty Palace. Check us out today.
Welcome back to Sharing Life Matters with ESHMAN, proudly sponsored by BSA Procurement and Logistics. Your solutions to all your shipping issues, all right? They deliver fast, all the time, every time. You're welcome. The phone line is again 346-426-5650 or 336-456-3800. 346-426-5650, 336-456-3800. Feel free to call in and let's discuss. Madam Felicia, you may still want to call in. It's fine, because the last caller said, look, don't stop saying people shouldn't divorce. I mean, divorce is another show on its own. But right now, we're still pitching it. We have a call. Let me quickly pick it up. All right. Sharing Life Matters with ESHMAN.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening. Who am I speaking with and where are you calling from?
This is Miriam calling from Sugarland.
All right, Madam Miriam, you're welcome. Yes.
Sir.
So what's your opinion tonight on the topic of discussion?
Well, for today's discussion, I've actually thought about it, like give it a thought. Because for me, what I think love should be about
Yes.
is I think love should be sweet, not bitter.
Wow.
Because when you love someone, the person should reciprocate.
I feel like
And
clapping for you. That's a very good point. Right on, ma.
so if it's not, and probably you die in that relationship all because of some excuses, because you give, because of your name, because of what the society might say about you and stuff like that. Your life doesn't worth such things. Why would you want to risk your life for love
For love.
when the other party is not reciprocating to you?
Wow.
Because once you die, then it's a sad story.
Wow.
Love is a sad story because when you die in love, like, okay, you want to be blinded by love because you don't want people to say stuff about you, and like the last caller said, if separation is needed, be separated, even if divorce. Because after you die, that's it.
That's it.
That's the end of your life.
Yeah, you can't be brought back.
And you have kids. So why? Because I feel in everything in life, we should come first. I think I should come first. Because if my life matters, why should I die because of a man who doesn't reciprocate about my love and he keeps beating me, hitting me, being abused in love?
Wow.
After I die is a sad, ending for me.
But
It's a bad story.
But
It
Madam
should be a
Miriam,
good story.
we've heard stories of ladies that will say, "Oh, I'm going back to him because I love him. Though he beat me, but I love him." Is that love?
Love.
Huh?
That's a stupid love. Because for me, I think most people that do such things,
Yes.
I'm sorry to say, I feel people like them rely on their husband.
Okay.
Yeah.
They don't have a life outside their partner.
They rely on the man, their happiness and everything. That's what I'm saying. For you as a woman, or even be the man, if you love yourself first and you are being abused, definitely you're going to run. Because you know your life is at stake.
Wow.
Sometimes it's not even the beating, the being battered or whatever. Sometimes even emotionally.
Yes.
You can be abused emotionally.
Yes.
Being abused emotionally is even worse. Yeah, because you face a lot of stuff. Because even if you want to recover, you go through therapy. The beating is just physical.
Yes.
Find something
Yes.
leads to death.
Yes. Yes.
But being emotionally tampered with is a serious case.
Yes. Finally, Madam Miriam.
And all of that.
Finally, before I let you go, people always say because of the children, endure. How do you see that statement?
Right? You want to do that. Because even if you're gone after you're saying, oh, I want to stay because of my children, and at the end of the day, the man beat you to death. So who's going to take care of that kid?
Wow.
What a stupid and flimsy excuse. I'm sorry to use that word.
I can imagine the emotions tonight.
Like my first point, I said we matter first. If you don't have your sanity, or if you don't look after yourself, if you don't love yourself, then you can't take care of your kids.
Wow. Okay.
You can't take care of your kids. You can't, because if you're saying, oh, because during the days, Mother's Days or whatever, they'll say, oh, and these same children that we're talking about, give them 20 years more.
They will move out of the house.
You and your husband, because they will find their own family too.
That's
get
true.
Married, and that's it.
That's
so
true.
which children are you? So why don't you just escape from that abuse.
That's
Keep
true.
your life. Be
That's
happy
true.
for yourself. Love yourself. So you can be there for those kids in the future. So you can visit your kids from home to home. But what if the man has killed you in that relationship and you're saying you're staying because of your kids? Then your life is no more.
Wow.
So who's gonna stay and look up for them, or you know? So to me, I think people need to wake up.
Okay.
And there's nothing like love is blind. To me,
Okay.
you can love someone and at the same time have an open minded, because sometimes things change, and when there's a change, you have to follow. You can't stick to that same you. You have to change if there's a change. So there's no point dying in love or dying in a relationship because of love. I
Okay.
don't think that should exist, because that's to me. It doesn't.
All right.
I don't believe in such things.
All right.
No.
I really.
My life matters.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
I sincerely appreciate your contributions tonight, and what you've said somehow would have saved some people tonight. Thank you. Please do call back again and again, Madam Miriam. I really appreciate you, ma'am. Thank you, and have a good night, ma'am. Yes. I like one of the points that she raised. She said a lot of good things, but she mentioned this very golden point that love should be pleasant or beautiful, not bitter. Love should be sweet, not bitter. And for whoever is in love, let's learn to make the love to be sweet. All right. Again tonight, it's not all about my opinions. It's all about your opinions. I'm learning so much. She also feels that, look, anything that it take for you to get out of that relationship, that you're being abused, go ahead. Separation, divorce, go ahead. Remember the first caller, Prince. Prince said even animals, when you hit at them too much, after a while, they fight back. Not to talk about human beings, but surprisingly, we have some human beings that are being oppressed and subjected to inhuman things, yet they keep going back in the name of love. But the last caller actually used a strong word that, look, that's stupid love. I don't know. I ain't saying that. All right. I have no opinions tonight. I'm just learning from you. We could still afford to take 1, 2 other calls. All right. The phone lines are still opened while we talk on 346-426-5650 or 336-456-3800. What do you think in the name of love? People are staying there. They're going through torture, emotional torture, physical torture, psychological torture, all manner of torture that you can think about. But many of my callers have mentioned one thing tonight, and I'm not sure if that's the only reason, but almost everybody mentioned it, that sometimes because of the economical gain, people cannot just see themselves, living a place where they're being treated as slaves. Look, my friends, if there's any opinion I have tonight, it is that money is not everything. What is the worth of money if the money you're saving is going to be used to buy your coffin at the end of the day? What's the worth of that money for you? And so if it's because of money you're enduring the inhumane treatment, I think it's not worth it. But love is something that it's so hard to say this way or that way. The way I approach love is different from the way the other person is approaching love. So it will be difficult for me to enforce my own style of love to anybody. I won't. The only one thing that I would say, and I want all of us to agree with me on, is that physical abuse is a no-no, regardless of who is bringing it from. We've had a lot of men that got beaten by their wives. Oh, yes, and that is the truth. That could be shocking, but that is also the truth. If these things keep happening, surely there's going to be a force. There's going to be a bad result at the end of the day. Let me pick 1 or 2 more calls. If you're there, you can call in and let's hear your own side of the story, your own opinion. We're apparently learning from one another tonight, and I'm particularly learning a lot. 346-426-5650 or 336-456-3800. Call in and let's share your opinions tonight. I love the way the whole thing is going. And the question I want us to ask, the question I'm asking everybody, the question that I haven't been able to find a satisfactory answer to is, why will he stay when he's being physically abused? Why would she stay when she's being physically abused? Apart from the economical reason, cultural reason, what other reason? When we look at economical reason, like I said, money is not everything. Whatever is taking your life because of money is not worth it. Cultural reasons, what people would say, what your family members would say. Look, at some point, people would always have to look for what to say. And when they are tired of talking about a particular matter, they move on to another one. News break every day. At some point, your news could be the breaking news, but next week, it will be another news. Are you going to sacrifice your life because you're afraid of what people will say? The issue of divorce is not an issue that I'm treating tonight. It's an elaborate issue, and when we're discussing it, there will be guests here that we're all going to be discussing it together. All right, at any point, I don't know when, but if anything will save your life, I think it's better to go for whatever will save your life rather than staying there and dying there. A lot of people will interpret the religious books whichever way they deem it fit. With due respect to everybody, it's okay, it's a good thing, but life first. The life is important. The life starts from the womb, and life is sacred. So, in the name of I don't want to go, I don't want people to talk about me, I don't want to be a bad example, and you are going to sacrifice your life. Have you thought of the torture that you will put your parents to? Have you thought of the torture that your children will go through? Have you thought of the torture that your loved ones will have to go through just because you're exiting the world early? I need you to have a rethink. If there's anything that is threatening your life, the human instinct is for us to run. Animals know this. Animals that are less than us, when they see danger, at least they try to run first. You will be surprised. If a lion saw you first, the lion is likely to run. But when you are like a threat, that's when the lion would want to fight back. And that's one of the strongest animals. The same thing, human beings. If something is threatening your life, the first thing is for you to run. Discussions could come thereafter. You don't stay in the house of your attempted killer and you want to negotiate. Go somewhere else and negotiate. Sadly, there are many people that have been killed in the name of this. I personally know someone that a hammer was used on her head, though she didn't die. But when such a thing has happened to you, what manner of negotiation do you want to negotiate? Don't you love your life? After all, you're meant to love yourself first before you can think of loving other people. If you don't love yourself effectively, you can't love somebody else. If you have ever been in an airplane, they will ask you the oxygen mask. Fix yours first before you fix the other people, including your children. And this is where I'll be wrapping up tonight. I want you to think of it. Anything that is a threat to your life, run from it. If your relationship is a threat to your life, please run from it. Nothing is worth your life. There are people that love you. There are people that want to celebrate you. There are people that want you to stay alive. For their sake, for the sake of the children, run, run, run. If this is threatening your life, run. Well, tonight I've not been at the studio alone tonight. It's always a full house behind the camera. All right, my technical crew, wonderful people, and they keep going up and down, making sure that everything goes right. And I will mention Georgina Bracco, all right, my main technical person. Thank you for the good job that you do. I have my PA in the house tonight, Ehiko Echo. Thank you for all the good advices and all that. Thank you for talking on my behalf as well. I have my producer, Buki Sarah, Bukola Sarah. Very beautiful Bukola Sarah. Good job you keep doing. Thank you very much, Bukola. And my executive producer, Shino Ayo Oyilola. What a wonderful man. All right. Thank you all so much, the crew. Thank you for this wonderful presentation. And don't forget, this is Sharing Life Matters with ESHMAN, proudly brought to you by BSA Procurement. Now, this is hoping that when we meet again, there will be good news for us to discuss with one another. Until then, ESHMAN is my humble name, and I'll see you at the other side of the divide. Have a good night now, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Discover the uniqueness in the entertainment industry. African Broadcasting Network, ABN, is now the pace setter in the industry. Do you want to advertise your product and services? Count on us. We will do it much more than your expectations. African Broadcasting Network, ABN, will deliver quick and prompt services. Our quality and clarity stands us out when it comes to delivering quality broadcasting. Our staffs are hardworking and versatile in the specific field of office. Our environment is so conducive and we are open to all. We also give advice on how to run your business profitably. African Broadcasting Network is situated at
10039 Bisonet Street, Suite 338, Houston, Texas 77036. Telephone 346-426-5650 or 832-490-8203.
website www.abntvnetwork.com. ABN, celebrating Africans' rich cultural heritage.
Hey guys, my name is Shino Ayo Oyinlola, and I'm trying to let you know that ABN TV do live stream events. Do you have any event coming up? Do you want somebody to do that for you? Live stream your event either to your own portal or to ABN TV Direct. Call on us now, 346-426-5650, 346-426-5650. We'll be glad to help you out. Thank you.